What's going on, beautiful people? I am Lee Hammett, the diagnosed self-aware narcissist known as mental illness, and welcome to another episode of A Narcissist Explains. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about how narcissists and toxic people think that you belong to them. And even if they don't want you anymore, doesn't necessarily mean that they will let you go. Stay tuned, like and subscribe for more. So this person is asking, why won't narcissistic people just leave you alone once that perfect image they have of you in their heads is shattered? And if you're new here, I'm a narcissist. I actually have narcissistic personality disorder. One reason that narcissistic people won't leave you alone, even after they start to devalue you and fall out of love with you, is because they think they own you. Just because I don't want to be with you anymore, just because I don't see you in the same light anymore, doesn't mean I want to see you with anybody else. So for me personally, I think there's two phases of discards from narcissistic people. Like one type of discard is the emotional discard, where they just stop giving you love, care, affection, whatever. They'll still stay with you physically, but emotionally they have checked out of the relationship dynamic. And a lot of times, not all times, a lot of times the emotional discard leads to a physical discard. Well, they'll just leave you alone, break up with you, find somebody else or whatever. But just because they emotionally discard you does not mean that they're going to physically discard you. You have a lot of old, bitter, mean narcissists that have been in relationships with people that they hate for years. So welcome back, beautiful people. And if you couldn't read the text on the screen, I will read it out for you. It says, so why doesn't the narcissist leave once they lose interest? It says loose, but lose interest in that perfect image of their partner. Okay, perfect. So just because a narcissist becomes emotionally disconnected from you. So let me rewind it a little bit. Rewind it a little bit. VCR player, y'all. Just because they there's an emotional expiration date on toxic relationships. There just is. And what I mean by emotional expiration date is that sooner or later, that narcissistic person is going to become emotionally disconnected from you. And the reason I say sooner or later is because there's no set timetable on it. People think like narcissists have a stopwatch. We're like, time to go, time's up, let me disconnect from you. It doesn't work that way out. They will emotionally disconnect you, they will emotionally disconnect from you whenever the perfect image they put in their heads of you shatters. They'll emotionally disconnect from you and get rid of you. But like I said, when I say get rid of you, I don't necessarily mean that they will just kick you out or they'll leave you. They might stay in the house with you. They might stay in a relationship with you. They might keep you around because they think they own you. You belong to them. And I know y'all have heard this analogy before, but this happens. I'm gonna use a Toy Story analogy to go in. If you hear the Toy Story analogy, just hit fast forward 30 seconds. But Toy Story, we've all seen Toy Story. If you haven't seen Toy Story, go stop the video right now and go watch Toy Story. That's an order right now. I'm just joking, but seriously, go watch Toy Story because it's an amazing movie. But like you see in the movie, in this analogy, Andy is the narcissist, y'all. Andy is the narcissist. So Andy loves Woody. Woody is you. You are Woody. Andy loves playing with Woody. Woody is his favorite toy. He has other toys, but Woody is his favorite toy. Woody is his favorite supply. Grade A supply, what y'all like to call him. Woody is on top of the world too. Woody tells everybody, I'm sure of Woody. I got Andy's name on the bottom of my foot. I'm good to go. Then Christmas time comes around, and guess what? Andy gets a new supply. Buzz Lightyear. Buzz Lightyear to the rescue. You know what I mean? Andy gets a whole new supply in Buzz Lightyear. So Andy disconnects emotionally from Woody. He doesn't play with Woody as much anymore. Puts Woody in the toy chest, but he doesn't get rid of Woody. Andy's perfect image of Woody is shattered because he sees Buzz and thinks Buzz fits him better. You see what I'm saying? He didn't get rid of Woody. Woody's still around. He keeps Woody around, but now he has Buzz. So I'm not saying that all narcissists don't find new supply. Sometimes they'll just stay with you out of convenience and stuff like that, or because they don't want to see you with anybody else. You mean they think that you belong to them just because, and like sometimes the narcissist person in our heads, we genuinely think we care about you and we don't want to let you go. We're trying to get that feeling back, and we get super frustrated in our heads that feeling is gone. So we fight for it back. We do. We absolutely do. We fight for it back. We try to manifest it. We do all this stuff to try to get it back into our lives, and it doesn't. And sometimes it doesn't work. And the more frustrated that narcissist or toxic person becomes, the more that they will take it out on you. Let's keep it high. They'll absolutely take out their anger and frustration with their emotionally disconnect with you on you. They'll take it out on you. They're frustrated with you. So just because they get rid of you doesn't, like, they think you belong to them, y'all. Like, they'll emotionally disconnect from you. They won't touch you anymore. And sometimes they'll physically disconnect from you. Sometimes they'll actually leave you for a new supply. You mean they'll leave? Woody went off to college. I mean, Andy went off to college. You know, he's going to discard Woody. You mean, but he didn't. I mean, he kept Woody around, y'all. He just, narcissistic people will keep you around even if they don't want to be with you anymore, because the thoughts in the narcissist's mind of you being with somebody else, even though I don't want you, destroys them. It just eats them away from the inside out. Even though I have new supply, even though I've moved on, I still think you belong to me because we shared so much. We shared some stuff together. We shared a house together, maybe a cars together, maybe we clapped some cheeks together, maybe we done did all this stuff together. And now you think the relationship is just gonna end? No, you know, it's over between us, but it's not over between us. You mean you can't move on. That's why you have these narcissistic people. They will absolutely leave you for somebody. They'll leave you for somebody else, but then show up at your house. Then they see that, you know, you go on a date or something like that. They'll just pulling their hair out, crying, throwing up, or whatever, telling you that they're unhappy with the person that they're in a relationship with now. Like, they left you for somebody else, and now they're unhappy with said person. So they're trying to come back into your life. And if you let them come back into your life, I'm just telling you, and people do let them come back. Well, they would never. I wouldn't let them come back. People let them come back all the time. I hear this story all the time. He left me for somebody else, and now he came back to me. How do I get him to leave me alone? Sometimes you have to force people to leave you alone. If you're dealing with a narcissist person, toxic person, whatever, sometimes you have to force that person to leave you alone, because if you don't, you're going to get balled up into it. And if you get balled up into it, you get caught into it, you're going to be in for a bumpy ride. I promise you. You'll be in for a bumpy ride. And that narcissistic person doesn't care how bumpy the ride gets for you, because we don't care as long as we're happy. We don't care as long as we're happy. If you're putting up with it, then they're just like, okay, cool, you're happy. Are you going to leave? No, I'm not going to leave. I love you. Okay, cool. Then be quiet about it. Be quiet about it. If you're not going to leave me, you need to be quiet about it. Let's just keep it hot. If you're not going to leave me, you need to be quiet about it. That's how the narcissistic mind works. And then sometimes, like I say, even if they leave you, they won't let you. I know it's unfair. You know what I mean? I know it's unfair. And as the narcissistic person, they don't care that it's unfair as long as they benefit from it. They will leave you for somebody else. They will move on with somebody else. They will get married to someone else, but still be popping up at your house, still driving by your house, still stalking your social media, still doing all this weird stuff. And sometimes, guess what happens, y'all? Sometimes the new supply helps them do this. And like, if you have, like, seriously, I'm about to start my podcast up and do a longer version every week. If you are one of these people who have been the new supply, y'all have been stalking their ex that you don't know, please explain why in the comment section. I'm just curious. This is no judgment zone. I'm just curious what this person told you to make you stalk somebody you don't know, to make you go after somebody you don't know. I'm just curious. I would seriously like to know. Like, what in your mind is just like, you know what? I have this new person in my life. They love bombing. They clap my cheeks real good. Now I'm gonna go stalk somebody and hunt somebody else down and terrorize somebody I don't know. I'm just curious, y'all. I'm seriously curious. And that's how the mind works, y'all. So if you're dealing with narcissistic people, toxic people, whatever, this is the way of the world. It just is. So you have to be as strong as possible, and you know, just because they disconnect from you does not mean that they'll let you go. I'm doing a longer episode on this, y'all, so I just have to hop off. I'm in between 101s, and I have to film my videos today because my power had went out yesterday, and the damn storm, not the Wi-Fi. Look, it was a bad day. I'm in North Carolina, and Hurricane Ian was not being very pleasant for us yesterday. You got sticks everywhere. It's kind of crazy outside. But anyway, y'all, thank y'all for tuning into another episode. Austin, Texas, October 15th, 2022. This is 2022. And then Toronto, Canada is November the 19th, y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I really, truly appreciate every single one of y'all. Thank you. Mental illness is out. Peace.